Well, you can look at this from attribution models in your CRM, right? Where do people come from? They may
Okay.
say Google, but they click on an ad, right? And also, like, this is messy, right? Like, I think for you to depend on a single channel is silly. Really, you should be running omni-channel approaches with this data. So, like, for example, when we run this as a system, we'll go grab the lead. We'll give you their LinkedIn profile, so you should follow them on LinkedIn. We'll give you their email, so you should send them a cold email. We'll give you their phone number, so you should call them. We'll give you ad audiences with sayprimer.com, so you can run like ads just at those people. Those ads perform ridiculously well when I say something like, hiring folks across the globe and also struggling to break through to the C-suite. They're like, oh, that is exactly the problem I have. Like, not just not the congratulations on your recent funding round. Now that you have money, here's my bank account. So just send it on over and we'll be good. So yeah, that's what this looks like.
Got it. Okay, so you got to find out where they live so you can engage them, and likely that's going to come from your research that you've done. And then the other key piece, and this has gotten more and more important, and I forget the statistics, but having a really good RevOps team that knows how to do good data hygiene, data management, and then how to automate that and segment it, that is amazingly difficult because too many RevOps people, they don't get the sales side, they don't get the marketing side, they know the coding side and analytics. So get a good RevOps team, then be able to score the TAM with enrichment and heuristics, which, my gosh, we could probably do a whole show on that one. And then get in your email. So the way you systemize this email, and make sure I got this right here, Jordan, is you're going to start off with different observations, do a commercial insight to maybe cause some tension, do a value add offer, one that you can do that's going to show that you could likely do in your sleep, but there's going to be of great value to them, and make it an easy question. It's something like, hey, am I completely all wet on this? And then shut up and allow them to respond.
Yeah, that's what a lot of this looks like. Sometimes it's social proof that I'm talking about a case study. Like I'll test different things as sort of part of the end of this email. And sometimes I'll string out the observations over the course of a whole chain of emails to keep it short. And so, I'll test all sorts of things. I mean, I was having a great conversation with a friend of mine, Sasha, who's the VP of growth at HappyCo. And he's like, we put misspellings in the email. Like, we're like selling to these guys. We're selling to these like local property guys. They're like phone people. And so it's like, hey, Jimbo, did this thing, blah, blah. It's like, and it's just like, it's a, they're like Jimbos, right? And so I shouldn't say that, but like they're these like local guys that are, that are phone people. These are phone people. And so if you send them an email that is just like half a sentence, you throw in some misspellings, you put your number at the end. That's their language, right? Like that's how they talk. That is the most email that they've ever sent, right? It's like take a tweet and divide by 6, and that's like most of their emails, right? And so that's how they talk. And so it turns out that like misspellings like work for them. And so that's the kind of insight that you just have to know your customers, and you can test into it. But if you look at a lot of the emails that they're sending to you, like you'll see that. And so, but yeah, as a general matter, that's kind of what my emails look like. And it's just, it has to be compelling information. And you do have to share something that's like, this is like the thing, the more specific you get, the better. So the more specifically I can talk about you as a company, and how it relates to like an existing customer, and convince you that it's just better. It works better.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll give you one example of this just because I, again, love hearing my own voice. One of the things that we did for Say Primer when we built a quick strategy for them is like, we looked, they do these targeted ads that I talked about. So we looked at the ads of the prospects that they were going after. We looked at their commenters, and we looked at the title of their commenters and their country, and we compare that with their case studies. So it's like, so I saw like in one of these, like Gusto is like, Gusto is like a serious company that is selling to serious people. They had one guy's like, you never, some grumpy person on their ad was saying like, this sucks. And I looked at that person, I'm like, he is a solo business of one for the last 20 years. He is not, you're paying to advertise to that person. But I look at on your website and it's like, you're talking to these people that have huge high growth businesses. You paid for that troll to comment on your ad. Like, you paid LinkedIn to get that troll on your ad. Like, why are you doing that? My company allows you to target just the people that actually should be in your market. So you're not paying to advertise these folks. And we would like reference the case study and reference the guy that, that lives in Antarctica, that's worked on McMurdo Station by himself for the last 20 years. I'm like, this is not and that got a 33% positive reply rate.
Yeah, nice. Well, this seems like if you did this, then you just repurpose it for email, for LinkedIn outreach, because once you do it, it's just a matter of repurposing it and then speaking the language of that tribe.